A $95 billion aid package for Ukraine, Israel and Taiwan easily passed the required 4-vote threshold in the U.S. Senate back in February. The decision stalled in the House of Representatives. Experts are sure that the upcoming U.S. presidential elections are the reason. If Joe Biden and his administration are distinguished by a sharply pro-Ukrainian position, then the opponent of the current president, Donald Trump, relies on criticism of the current White House policy and often talks about the possibility of negotiations.
Now it is only a matter of the House of Representatives, and Trump is in principle trying to prevent Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, from bringing this issue to a vote. We hope that in the near future this resistance will be broken, some opportunities will be found for this big package to be adopted or some other draft law, but about big and serious money for Ukraine.
However, the U.S. government doesn't allow the scenario of Russia's victory in the war. Such an outcome is not to the liking of the American voter. Both candidates understand this, experts are sure. Therefore, Trump's election speeches and the actions of Republicans in Congress are advised not to rush to interpret them as anti-Ukrainian.
We must assume that Trump's statements as a candidate and Trump's actions as a president will be different. If you look at Trump's first presidency, he repeatedly made positive courtesies towards Putin, but this didn't prevent him from imposing sanctions against Nord Stream 2 and freezing this project, nor did it prevent him from making a decision to provide Ukraine with javelins. This was precisely what Trump did, and not Obama.
Despite political differences within the country, the U.S. government sent another package of military assistance to Ukraine. They are planning at the Pentagon to transfer missiles for the Stinger, additional ammunition for HIMARS, 155mm artillery shells, cluster shells, 84 anti-tank systems, and other weapons worth $300 billion to the Ukrainian armed forces as soon as possible. Money was saved on contracts that the U.S. Department of Defense entered into to replace equipment sent to Kyiv earlier.
It is assistance that Ukraine desperately needs to hold the line against Russian attacks and to push back against the continuing Russian onslaught in the east and in other parts of Ukraine. This ammunition will keep Ukraine's guns firing for a period, but only a short period. It is nowhere near enough to meet Ukraine's battlefield needs, and it will not prevent Ukraine from running out of ammunition in the weeks to come. It goes without saying, this package does not displace and should not delay the critical need to pass the bipartisan national security bill.
There are no changes in U.S. policy towards Ukraine. The issue of $60 billion has become a hostage of the political process of the electoral cycle and to a really tough struggle between Trump and Biden. The White House, obviously understanding the complexity of the situation in Ukraine, is looking for, let's say, opportunities, reserves in order to provide military assistance, and these $300 million a package is the result.
To guarantee continuous support for Kyiv, the Biden administration plans to put funds for assistance to Ukraine for the next fiscal year. The draft budget submitted by the White House allocates $482 billion for humanitarian needs of Kyiv. The amount, according to officials, is basic, though the number likely to be larger. Reported by Anna Nichenko, Larissa Zubenko, UATV News.